This part of my life I call balancing on a bar stool. Waiting on beach sunsets and spectacular colors when all I really get is the ocean threatening to drown me. I've never been fond of swimming. Because this one time, I tried to let go underwater and breathe with my heart out open and sneezed for 2 full days with my lungs crying out, I told you so's and what ifs. I don't regret it. I don't regret it one bit because right in that second, I knew if I could breathe then, I could breathe through the rest. And funny because the last time you called, I abruptly said bye because I needed to breathe and take it all in. Too much information, too little time. And funny how everyone tells you to be honest about your feelings. Wear them like an armor when there's just a lump in your throat. Call them your strengths. Oh yes, my strengths are I fall too hard and I fall too easy. But I never let anyone know this. I'm also clumsy sometimes and I make to-do lists and drive myself crazy, but everyone knows this. Funny how everyone sees your weaknesses before they see your strengths. But you see, my mother taught me to know what strength looks like before I could spell it. My mother taught me how to paint canvases on the backs of my hands. She taught me how the only colors I need to paint my canvases are kindness and courage. And boy, did she get me an entire palette of those. You see, I was 8 when I first knew that loving isn't for the weak, so excuse me if I keep trying to be strong all the time. Take an 8-year-old child and tell them over chocolate chip ice cream that, darling, your mother and I aren't going to be together anymore, but I still love you. Even though I'm leaving, I love you. Even though I will make the next 5 years of your life hell, I love you. Even though you will always hate me, I love you. After that, I think my I love yous sort of got tainted with all the wrong colors, and I want to tell the boy I love that I love you and I will never leave you. I love you and I will always love you. I love you and I will never ruin chocolate chip ice cream for you, but I don't expect him to believe me. I don't believe me. The difference between pain and hurt is simple. You tell the world you're in pain and they'll give you medication. You tell them you're hurting and they'll say, why? Where? Tell us, dear, what happened? But how do you say everywhere? How do you say nowhere? How do you say there is nothing you can do because it still hurts on days it shouldn't and I'm tired of just talking? I learned survival a long way back, learned remedy and defense mechanisms and first aid before I learned off it. My world went from 100 to 20 in 1 second, 100 to 20, not 0, no, never 0. My mother and I, we can build back up kingdoms before we let them crumble to dust. So please don't tell me what surprises look like. Please don't give me your heart and ask me to take care of it. I've been looking after mine for so long, and I'm trying really hard to not get tired of it. This world is a funny place. And funny how at every given moment, we're all caught up in different worlds of our own and we still talk about parallel universes. Funny how I'm always either insensitive or oversensitive, never just sensitive enough. Funny how we let degrees of comparison ruin it for all of us. Funny how time moves faster when I'm happy and slower when I'm sad, even though it's just me who waits on happiness till it leaves because it's the lover I'm scared of. It's the lover I know I'll get too comfortable around, and what if he leaves? In my ocean of what-ifs, I've taught myself to stay over water and breathe. Breathe till I can hear my heart beating above the sounds of the waves crashing on the shore. But isn't that what we've become? A generation of people bringing ourselves up like we're our own children, always teaching, rationalizing, rewarding ourselves even when our worlds don't. You're looking for a happy ending to this story I'm telling you. But this story has no ends. Only beginnings, like this very moment. Thank you.